Can you use an old iMac as a main machine in 2019? Let's find out. So this is my desktop for my 2008 iMac. Yeah, it's pretty old. So as you can see here, it is running Mac OS 10.11 El Capitan. If I can get the dialog box to show up. And sorry about the very poor frame rate for the cursor because it's just not great on screen recording. So that's one of the downsides, I guess. But you can see we're running OS 10 El Capitan 10.11.6. That is the maximum OS that this computer can run. But you can see it got updates all the way until 2018, which is not too long ago. So if you were thinking about security, it's going to be pretty secure. So let me close that out. Now, as a general appearance, you can see that we still have the same fonts and everything that we do on a modern Mac. The font is San Francisco, and that was introduced in El Capitan. This Mac got that. So it's going to look pretty modern, first of all. Along with, it also got the split screen feature. So if I open up Safari here, let me pick two apps to open that would have split screen support. But you can see we've got split screen here. You can see there is that. I'll just go to Apple on this one. But so there was split screen. I can stretch it back and forth. Again, that's going to be very laggy. Apologize for that. I'll just try to do my best and edit things the way that it needs to be. How have I been able to use this? Now, this has been my main iMac for the entire, it's been my main iMac since I got this computer. I've never had an iMac, and this has been my first one, and it's my main one. So how do I like it? Well, so far I've liked it a lot because my projects and stuff, I've been able to do everything on this iMac that I've been able to do. Well, not everything, but most things. Like iWeb, I'm able to manage my website using iWeb. FileZilla is what I use to upload it. GarageBand is an app I use, and even though it doesn't get the latest version, it gets a version that is very close. In fact, it was the version that got the huge GarageBand redesign. So that's why I wanted an El Capitan Mac, is because I can actually make projects here and then move them over to my MacBook Air, which is running Mojave, the latest system, and it will work just fine. So it's loading one of my test songs that I made here. There it is. So I'm not going to attempt to play it because it's probably not going to succeed, and you wouldn't be able to hear it anyways because it's not recording audio. It's able to load up just fine. There's a little bug there because it's recording, but you can see I can scrub around. You can't, again, that's pretty laggy for you guys, but it's very smooth for me. And you can see it's got the modern look and feel. It's got most of the stuff that I would want. In fact, it has everything I would want. And the other ones just have extra features. So I'm just going to quit out of this. I don't want to save. So there's that, and obviously QuickTime. Now, some of the downsides I will say with this Mac is, first of all, it doesn't get high Sierra, which obviously Sierra gives you Siri, which obviously on El Capitan you don't have that. You need a 2010 iMac, otherwise you will not be able to have Siri. You can have a 2007, I think. Yeah. If you want just the El Capitan with like the fonts and everything just looking modern, then you can get a 2007 iMac and above. So yeah, I've got a 2008, as you saw from the info panel earlier. So one thing that I also will say as a downside is video editing. This thing cannot edit anything that's 60 frames per second. If you try to do that, it will just not work. But yeah, you cannot edit anything in 60 frames a second, but you can do 30. I've tried 30, it works fine. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to show on. So now you can see my setup here, and yeah, it's not the cleanest. I've still got some stuff back here, but I've got my Apple Magic Mouse 2 hooked up. It supports this Mac. Apple Keyboard, Magic Keyboard 1, sadly, and there's the screen recorded file there. But you can see, as I was talking about that, everything's very smooth. I'm just showing things on the camera at this point. Everything is super smooth when you use the thing. Even though screen recording didn't show that. Yeah, everything is very smooth. Everything that was laggy in there is very smooth. Like if I click on, let me just back away here, and if I click on, once this focuses, Safari, you can see moving things around very smooth. Full screen is smooth, sort of. It's mainly. It's just slightly. They lowered the frame rate a little bit, I think, for it. So yeah, you can see that. iWeb has my website as well. You can go there if you want to see that. if you'd like to see what I made with this Mac. Now here's something that I will say about the physical hardware. Here is the disk drive, and as you might have noticed, and if I can get it to focus, it doesn't look like I'll be able to. You can see it's way too bright. But ignore the little white area here. I'm just trying to show this. You can see the disk drive right here. And you can see there's no SD card slot. That bugged me. You need a 2009 to have that, and I got 2008. Dang it. There's my dog. Now you can also see the back of the computer is black plastic. It's just how these older iMacs were. I honestly do love this old design of an iMac though, because you can see it does still have this bottom area down here, but it also has the side being metal, which does exist on any other iMac besides the 2007 and 2008. I have a 2008, so there's that. Now, for the port selection, there are quite a bit of ports. I'm just gonna see if I can get them to focus on there, and I'm gonna tap it because I can't tell if the camera focused, but you can see we've got... So there's quite a bit of background noise on the other clip. So you can see there's the headphone jack, and then there's the line in, along with 3 USB ports, a FireWire 400 port, FireWire 800 port, an Ethernet port, and then a display port. So you could see the port selection on there pretty good, minus the SD card slot. Dang it, weird. Yeah, this was also the last design with the back plastic, which is the black plastic on the back. Oh, I forgot to mention this. This bag does not have AirDrop of any kind. It doesn't have Mac AirDrop like the older version. It doesn't have anything. You can see AirDrop doesn't show up in the list here, and if I go to preferences, oopsies, if I go to preferences here, you can see AirDrop is nowhere in this list. So yeah, so that's great. Close that out. So I was kind of disappointed, like, wait, there's no AirDrop on this thing, and I check, you need 2009. In fact, you need a 2009 to do a lot of things, so just buy a 2009 if you can. They'll get quite a bit more bang for your buck, honestly. Even though it'll still run El Capitan, you'll get AirDrop, you'll get 16 gigabytes of RAM support kind of thing. You'll get quite a bit of stuff, so yeah. Although you could get older ones like this 2008 I bought for $90, and obviously that's pretty good considering the fact that this is the cheapest usable Mac. Could you use a 2008 iMac as your main machine in 2019? And the answer is yes, you could. And one of my reasons for this is also because you can force upgrade the 2008 model, not the 2007, but the 2008 model to High Sierra, and I think even Mojave, just fine actually. I'm not doing it on mine because I just want to run the officially supported OS, and I think Wi-Fi might not work. So yeah, it's really cool that that is a thing. If you ever want to forcibly upgrade, then you can get Siri and some of the other things I was talking about. You just have to Google some methods on how to do that. My bird is too loud. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Here's my bird. Yes, you're cute, and it's not even showing. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and then you can see here is my other birdie. Hey, we have 2 birds now. Yeah. Oh, well, she got her wings clipped at the pet store, and we're trying to get them to grow back. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you really like my channel, click subscribe, it's down there, and I will see you all later. Bye guys.